sir. We've been abused and we've been scorned. We've been treated bad, talked about, as sure as you moan. Just as sure as it takes 2 eyes to make a pair.
Loud. We are saying it loud. We are being objective. We are being clear to the consciences of all the good people listening to us and tackling all the relevant issues in the world of showbiz right here on Showbiz A to Z. It's Say It Loud. And today, I want us to take us back to 2019, 18th May, when something happened at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Yeah, so that particular edition of the VGMAs, the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, I think it will go down the history of our music industry as the most memorable night, whichever ways, because on that particular edition of the VGMAs, I know you remember that we had that Shatawale and Stonebwoy altercation that disturbed and disrupted the event. But apart from that, there was something that happened that also made headlines. And that was actually a crowning moment where one of the veteran high life artists, Amachi Dede, crowned Kwame Eugene. He put a crown on his head during the VGMAs. After they had performed together, they had a joint performance on stage. And after that, a crowning moment ensued at the VGMAs in 2019. Now, after that particular incident, I remember the then manager of Amachi Dede, Kwesi Abuaji. Kwesi Abuaji came out to explain what happened, and he said at that time that Amachi Dede knew nothing about the crowning. In fact, he said Amachi Dede was forced to put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head. I remember how people lambasted Amachi Dede for saying, for example, during his speech while crowning Kwame Eugene, that he was the only one who could hold the fort in the world of high life if they were not alive. Bisakade and other high life artists were not happy with this. That was 2019. So Amachi Dede's manager said this in 2019 after the incident. But just recently, in an interview on Asasi Radio, Amachi Dede himself has confirmed what his manager Kwesi Abuaji said then in 2019. And according to Amachi Dede, yes, he didn't want to do the crowning, but somebody who was part of the organizers or the producers, the coordinators, in the person of Kiki Bansing. Kiki Bansing is an artist manager, a music executive, and a board member of the VGMA. According to Amachi Dede, he was the one who pushed him, who forced him, let me use his word, he forced him to put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head. But that is not even the crux of the matter. The heart of the matter is that two questions come to mind. Was Amachi Dede really forced? Now, when he was asked to put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head, what was the motive? What was he crowning him for? But before I go on, let's listen to Amachi Dede. I mean, in 2019, during the crowning, I want us to go back to 2019 and listen to Amachi Dede. Listen carefully when he was putting the crown on Kwame Eugene's head. Even before he put the crown on his head, he made a few statements. He made some statements, and then when he put the crown on his head, he said certain things on stage. Now, for those of you who are watching us live on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook now, go on Facebook Live and watch this particular video. Pay critical attention to the video and listen to what Amakye Dadzie said.
Kwame Eugene, Abrante Amakye Dadzie, na me feel say high life, but we are proof to me say high life is still living. Give it up to Kwame Eugene. Serious. Meaning a wonderful performance for London. Massa, only the only guy man will say, see Niwa Obisi and I. And he and Webia Moa Modibabuano no. Mon support no. Na Kwame. Munye de mano. Yes, serious. Thank you, Kwame. Rockstar. Thank you, Kwame. Woo. This is something serious. Kwame, come around. Kwame Eugene, you are my son.
Thank you, Lord.
You are my son. Kwame, I'm presenting this thing to you.
Father and Son.
That you are coming to raise the high life music. Munye de dema Kwame. Nyami Shao. Obo ade Nyankopon on Shao. Na o man paja high life music into the highest level.
Amen.
Thank you. From my heart, from God, I support you, Kwame.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Woo! Rockstar.
So that was Amakye Dadzie in 2019 at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards when he put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head and then said a lot of things on stage. Now, Amakye Dadzie is telling us that he was forced by Kiki Banson to put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head. If you are live on Facebook, if you're watching us live on Facebook, I'm sure you are watching what happened. So an usher came with the crown, and from all indications, it appeared Amakye didn't even know that the crown was coming on stage. Now, I've made some observations after watching the video. One, you could see that Amakye Dadzie really appreciated Kwame Eugene's crafts, and he thought that Kwame had the potential to do high life to the highest level. Again, he acted so surprised. Now, when he saw the crown, you could see the surprise on his face, because maybe he thought when the idea had been sold to him and he wasn't in agreement with it, he didn't expect them to bring the crown on stage. So you could see the surprise on his face. Now, I never heard Amakye Dadzie say anything as, "I'm crowning you king of high life." I never heard that. Amakye Dadzie never mentioned king of high life or prince of high life, as was reported by the media. Now, when he put the crown on Kwame Eugene's head, listen to what he said. He said, "Kwame, I'm presenting this thing to you, that you are coming to raise high life music. May the Creator bless you and keep you and help you to project high life music to the next level. Thank you. From my heart, from God, I support you, Kwame." Never did Amakye Dadzie mention that I'm putting this crown on your head as the king of high life or as a prince of high life. Now, let's break it down. I think the only issue the only thing Amakye said that brought the controversy more was when he mentioned that Kwame was the only person who was going to project the high life genre if they were not alive. That, I agree, was below the belt. But he did not mention that I was crowning Kwame Eugene king or prince. Now, some people are saying that the crown signifies kingship, but the crown goes beyond kingship. People put on crowns for various and different reasons. The fact that you saw him put the crown on Kwame Daje's head doesn't mean that he was making him king of High Life when they were alive. Amakye Dede is still alive. How could he crown Kwame Daje king of High Life? So that is something that I think the media put out there. It wasn't right. It was misrepresentation of the true facts. Now, crown also signifies victory. When people are victorious, they are given crowns to celebrate their victory, to reward prowess, to honor people. Crowns are not only used to install or to make kings and chiefs. No. Now to the issue of Kiki Bansin forcing Amakye Dede. I'm still struggling to understand how somebody like Nana Amakye Dede would be forced. Maybe forced wasn't the word he was trying to use. Maybe he wanted to use a word like cajoled. Maybe he was persuaded. Maybe. But I'm wondering how he'll be forced to come on stage, say all these nice words about Kwame Eugene, put a crown on his head. I don't understand. But I think that this is not an issue that should ruin relationships. No. We need to tackle this carefully because an award scheme is involved, a whole management of an artist is involved, an artist is involved, Kiki Bansin is involved. And I believe that putting a crown on someone's head as part of an act, a stage act, is no crime. It's no crime, but the intention or the intent behind that is paramount. That notwithstanding, Kiki Bansin, you are a big man in the industry, and I wish that you come out to tell us your side of the story, because this story is a bit complicated, and in as much as Kwame Daje wasn't crowned king of High Life, it wasn't said on stage. The mere fact that Amakye Dede is saying you forced him is the reason you need to come out to clear the air on this particular one. We need an industry that thrives on sanity, on unity, in peace. And so we don't need some of these things to derail the focus of the industry. Whoever has ears, let them hear.